Hello everybody, I am The Worm, back with some more VLR. This time I am actually able to record during the day, so I shouldn't be nodding off in the middle of recording like I almost was last time. And my mind should be a bit clearer, which it probably needs to be, considering a lot of the concepts that are getting brought up now. Let's get some easy stuff out of the way, and Luna's shocked, surprised face will keep us company while we talk about it. Last time, we were searching for the bomb. We know there were two, and we were supposing there was probably a third, and we did indeed find it in the control room, or the antimatter control room. The annihilation room, I think I called it a few episodes ago. And we came to the startling revelation that the bombs seem to be meant to... what would it be? I don't think I'm using the correct terminology here, but, you know, for simplicity's sake, ignite the antimatter generator that is there. Again, I don't know if that's the proper word, ignite, but you get what I mean. And cause the generator to explode, and thus, you know, whether or not we could have survived the three bombs in and of themselves was one thing, but presumably with the destruction of the generator, nothing would remain, you know? So, if any one of these bombs goes off, I suppose our chances of survival, which were already probably not very large, seem to be hopelessly dim at this point. So, you know, that happened. We also found out that Clover... I mean, we know there was something off with Clover and Alice, considering we know them from last game. But I'm not sure we heard this specifically before, but Clover flat out admitted that who she works for is the government, which is an interesting thing to say. Looking back at 999, we know that Clover was involved with the pharmaceutical, what was it? Cradle Pharmaceuticals. So, you know, that was a private multinational organization or whatever, pharmaceutical company. But now it seems that, for whatever reason, our previous group seems to be involved with the government. Now, which government is that? I do not know. We know they were out in Nevada, so maybe it's the U.S. government. Although this is a Japanese game, right? So maybe it's the Japanese government. I don't know. Who knows? She didn't specify, but I think it is. I think that is something to note, that they are now agents of a government rather than just, you know, themselves. So there was that, but the major thing that happened last time, the thing that took up most of the episode, was we had a lesson with Professor Phi. And within that lesson, we talked about the many worlds theory, we talked about Schrodinger's cat, basically just tried to get a handle on whatever our situation might be. Quantum mechanics, all that sort of stuff. And as I said in a comment, you know, this is not in my wheelhouse. This is foreign territory for me. Now, I have a very layman's understanding of this sort of thing. I've heard of Schrodinger's cat. I've heard the terms quantum mechanics. I've heard many worlds theory. I've heard of time travel. I know about stories that have it. But the details, you know, the mathematics, the getting down into the minutia of these topics, I am not there. So, while I thank the people who were commenting and giving me a bit more background on this issue, I do feel a little bad because, well, I don't think I know enough to really fully understand what you're talking about, you know? And so that kind of sucks. But I'm gonna give it a shot just to see um, just to see if I can understand it a little better than I currently do. So last video I received a couple comments um, that were trying to explain a bit more about the concepts that were in the previous episode. And let me just go through them a bit. So, Aus SP gave me a bit more on Schrodinger's cat. And I'm not just going to read the whole comment line by line. I'll just try to sum it up a bit. Well, not sum it up, but try to just talk about the things I do or do not understand. So, yeah, Schrodinger's cat, we know that it's the idea that things exist in two states at once. Got it. Understand that. And that's because of what is it? Yeah, particles, quantum particles, they're not fixed unless they're observed or something like that. And then it all collapses into a single form or something like that. Now, Aus SP says that Schrodinger's cat is actually a refutation of quantum superposition. So at least that reads to me like... So my understanding of Schrodinger's cat, just as, just a layman, is that it's the idea that the cat is either alive or dead, yes, and is technically in both states at once until you open up the box and observe it, and then, it's either one or the other. So I don't really understand what you mean when you call it a refutation of that. The idea behind the experiment is that it could not and should not work. Okay. I mean, and in the comments, it's also talked about different models that apparently existed before that. And really, I'm just not familiar with these. The Copenhagen model, Bohr model, I'm not familiar, But apparently, because this game is going with the many worlds theory, if we're going along the Schrodinger's cat idea, then it very well could be the case that it's alive or dead, because in this particular game, whatever our situation is, there are multiple timelines that could be changing for whatever reason. So, yeah, a lot of that went over my head. I'm sorry. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, it's like I sort of get the gist, but then I'm thinking, well, maybe not, Basically, it sounds like you're saying that Schrodinger's cat is disproving the thing I think it, or disproving my understanding of what it is. My just common understanding, Schrodinger's cat, it's it's in two states at once. You're saying it's actually a refutation of that idea? Okay, but you're saying that even if that's what it is in real life, in this game, because we're doing the many worlds theory, it does work or something like that. Maybe, I don't know. Sorry, I'm not entirely sure. But thank you for the background. I mean, that's there's things in your comment I've just never heard of before, so it's interesting. Lise also had a pretty big comment, and just to Lise talked about a little presentation that I did go to check out. It's called The Evolution of Trust, and it's like a 30-minute presentation on game theory, I guess. Now, of course, game theory I've heard of before, and my understanding is it is actually a pretty big, it's a pretty big subject, you know. So obviously, a 30-minute presentation is just you know, a pretty brief, surface level entry, I guess you could say. But it was actually very interesting. It was actually it's very much related to what we're doing here in this game. It's with the prisoner's dilemma, and another sort of game like this where two people would put in coins, and you could betray the other person, or trust the other person, and it actually acted on a very similar way as our BP points. So if you trusted, you get 2 points, and in the presentation, if you trusted, you get 2 coins, and then the betray gets 3, and you get what is it, -1 or something? I don't remember specifically in this game. It might be just be the exact same, but basically it was the same idea, and it talked about just how trust evolves over time. Now, of course, there's a couple caveats. Basically, the idea is it has to be a non-zero-sum game. So it has to be something where both people can benefit. And there needs to be... there can only be a certain amount of misinformation, is what it said. But the conclusion was essentially, just naturally speaking, relationships, communication between humans is supposed to eventually go towards cautious trust or something like that. So my strategy has been in the game, to always want to ally first. And unfortunately for me, that sort of naive wanting to trust everyone will inevitably lead you to getting betrayed eventually. But again, within the parameters that were described, eventually the betrayers will lose out, and the people who are cautiously trusting win. And when I say that, I mean essentially the people who will usually, well, they call them copycat, basically. They'll do what the other person does, but as long as everyone starts out trusting, and even if they betray once or so, the cautiously trusting they'll allow a single mistake, basically. That's the cautious part. And eventually everyone will trust each other over time, basically. I don't know if I summed that up very well, but one of the other conclusions that in the modern day where we have all this social media, mass media. We are living in an environment that no other human civilization has had to deal with, with this technology. And so there's a lot of, misinformation and miscommunication. And so what should be the normal trajectory of trust between people seems to be a bit off kilter at the moment. So it was a kind of mixed message. It was somewhat hopeful because it said the natural way humans interact with each other should trend towards trust, but it's a bit difficult in the kind of social environment we find ourselves in today. So it was an interesting presentation, and you should, if you're interested in that sort of thing, you could search The Evolution of Trust. Yeah, The Evolution of Trust, and it's one of the first links that pops up there. But connecting it back to what we're doing right now, it's very funny to see, because the different characters in that presentation, like there's someone who always trusts, someone who's always betrays, someone who tries to analyze what the other person does, a copycat, different roles basically. And you could sort of look back, and this is what Lise mentioned as well, you could sort of look at the game and see, okay, so what are everyone's strategies? And so Luna is someone who's always been trusting, and I've been someone who's wanted to always ally, and we could sort of see the results of that sort of thing. And so there is a kind of optimal strategy here. Probably an optimal strategy if you were playing this sort of game, but I've just been wanting to trust the whole time. Now, I will say, for my own sense of honor or whatever, if this were a real life thing, I probably wouldn't be as, like, if I was in a real life prisoner's dilemma, I don't know if I would always hit ally. But considering this is just a game where, you know, there's no stakes to me in real life, so I'm gonna do what I want to do, which is I want to ally, you know? So I probably still wouldn't be very good at the game in real life, to be perfectly honest with you. But as I said, because the naive cooperators all get eliminated eventually, so I would lose probably, but you know, it is what it is. So, yeah, a bunch of quantum mechanic stuff that a good portion probably flew over my head. Bit of game theory stuff, that's all good. But, yeah, that's pretty much it. But yeah, so I'll just say thanks you to the input for the people who commented. I really appreciate it. We're going to have to move on now, though. Because it is time to meet up with everyone. And we've met up in the infirmary. We have about an hour left before we have to get through the next doors. Let's see where we go from here.
You're late. What were you doing? Nothing.
When we arrived, everyone else was already back. Quark and Alice hadn't left, of course. They were both sleeping soundly, any traces of the madness we'd seen earlier long gone.
Clover told us. You've seen the bomb in the control room.
Yeah, with our own eyes.
So what the hell should we do? That makes 3 bombs.
Well, we have to do something. They're bombs, for God's sake.
There's a quick and simple solution.
Really?
Remember what Alice said?
There should be an emergency deactivation password. If you enter that password, the device should, well, deactivate. You see it? Right here. There's a port. If we can find the password input device, we just connect it here. Then we can enter the password.
So, if we have the password, we can deactivate them?
Wait, we don't have like an inventory screen here. We found it. I forgot about this. We found it in the control room. It was like a keypad with a... It was a keypad. I'm sure that was probably it, right? So I think we have the thing to enter the password in.
Whoa, hold on a second.
Which... Hang on, if the thing to deactivate the bomb was in one of the, you know, one of those boxes that you have to put the passcodes in to escape the escape room, wouldn't that mean that Zero is the one who planted the bombs? Because it has to be part of the game, right? If the thing to deactivate the bomb is in one of the escape rooms... Wouldn't that mean that? Maybe?
That's great and all, but we need that password input device she was talking about. Without that, we're still boned even if we did have the password.
That's an interesting thought, the fact that Zero might be planting these bombs.
Not a problem. We've resolved that issue.
Huh?
Show them.
I nodded and pulled it out of my pocket. Yeah,
That was
thing.
in the safe in the control room.
Exactly. We didn't have any idea what it was at first, but Phi figured it out. After Clover left, we tested it. We did?
Turned out I was right. It fit perfectly.
Okay, either I must have been a lot more tired at that time than I thought, or did we skip that? I don't remember that. We might have skipped it. Or I just don't remember it. Couldn't get it to do anything, though. We plugged in a couple random characters, but all we got was an error.
Still, I'm sure this is the thing Alice was talking about. We just didn't have the right password.
But why was it in the control room?
Yes.
Do you think Zero Senior put it here for us?
That would suggest it was also Zero Senior who set up the bombs.
Okay, yep.
Doesn't that seem odd, though?
Yeah, it does.
Zero Senior wants us to play the nonary game, right? So why would he set bombs?
Maybe he wants to blow this whole place up if someone commits some crazy violation of the rules?
That doesn't make sense. Our bracelets already have poison in them. If someone breaks a rule, all he has to do is activate their bracelet.
Yeah, you're right.
Well, whatever the case is, there's one thing we can be sure of. The person who set these bombs is one of us. Whether or not that person is also Zero Senior isn't particularly relevant at the moment. But what is relevant is that they know the deactivation password. If we can figure out who that person is and question them.
We can get the password and turn the bombs off.
Exactly. That would be my quick and easy method. So fess up. Which one of you set the bombs?
Yeah, 'cause this'll work.
Not that I expect you to do that.
Yeah.
So, we're going to be checking everyone.
Checking us?
Yes. Once they're set, the bombs are controlled by a remote.
Are they? How do we know that?
It stands to reason that whoever set them has that remote.
So you're gonna search us for it?
I mean, they could have stashed it somewhere, and they know where it is.
Yes, but no buts. If you refuse, that implicates you. Do what I say and you'll be fine, assuming you are actually innocent. Understand? No reason to wait. Let's get started. Anyone want to volunteer to go first? No? All right. Let's see.
Wait,
Huh?
you only need to search one person.
What? Why?
Because I figured out who did it. You did? I know who did it. Oh, is this another timeline thing? The words were out of my mouth before I'd even realized I was saying them.
How can you... There's no way.
Yeah. I met Fi's gaze and nodded, then turned away. I know who set the bombs. That person. Whoa. Saw something there. You did it. What, are you gonna just reveal it? The room was suddenly silent. This feels like a to be continued like thing. Yes, okay. Yeah, that one felt just like it would be too easy if you just showed it to us. Do. Who planted the bomb? Right. I guess we will try to continue along this branch over here. Okay.
Chromatic doors have opened.
As far as how I felt about that, no. No. That's not okay.
Why not?
Because
Oh no, this is bad. Which door do you want then? The only other choices are A and C.
I thought about it again. If I went with A, then Luna and I would end up paired with Clover, and we'd go through the green door. On the other hand, if I chose C, we'd be going through the blue door with Alice. So which one did I want? I decided to go with... Really? This seems strange. Huh. That seems odd to me. Sure, Clover then. I want option A. We'll take Clover and go through the green door.
What gives you the power to just decide that?
That's fine by me. Like I said before, there's something I want to talk to Alice about.
Are you going to tell me what this thing is?
That'll have to wait. Talk to me again on the other side.
Ugh! Now I'm curious.
So you're fine with this, Alice? With option A, I mean?
Do whatever you want. I don't care.
Are there any other objections? Okay, that's it then. Let's go, everybody.
10 seconds remain until chromatic doors close. 9, 8, 7.
We nodded quickly to one another and split up. Tinmyo, Dio, and Alice headed toward the red door, while Kay, Quark, and Phi made their way toward the blue one. The gaping maw of the green door bounced in front of me as Clover, Luna, and I ran toward it.
2, 1, 0.
This is interesting. Because you'd think there'd be two branches here instead of just the one.
Chromatic doors closing.
Huh? Is this a dead end? All three doors seem to be locked.
Yeah.
There's some kind of device over here. I wonder what it is. It looks like the thing next to the number 9 door.
Clover, try pulling that lever.
Why do I have to do it?
It might be dangerous. I was hoping you could just wrap your hands around it and give it a good jerk. It is kind of big, but I'm sure you could handle it. Just be gentle.
This doesn't seem like appropriate workplace behavior. You're kind of grossing me out.
I know, you probably still think of yourself as just a girl, but you have to become a woman, so...
You're not making it any better. Why don't you do it?
If you can't take it, then maybe Luna can. Have you done this before? You see, you just start at the base and work your way up. Give it a good tug once you get to the top, you know?
What? What is wrong with you? If you're so desperate to give that lever a good time, why don't you do it yourself? Just leave me and Luna out of your sick fantasies, you creep.
Fine. But I won't like it. I sighed heavily and flipped the switch with as much languid disdain as I could manage. Yeah, what was up with that?
One of the doors opened. Yeah, just the one on the left. We might as well go through it.
Yeah. Maybe we should try flipping it one more time, though. I think you could actually manage it with just one hand, Clover. Just do it real fast. It'll only take a second. Just up and down once.
Ugh, you are disgusting.
Ooh, there's the archive this time. Yeah, that, well, I'll say in a second. Yeah, so I think this is this might actually be the first time I've ever gone with Clover in this game. Like, I don't think I've actually... Who haven't I gone in a room with yet? I don't think I've gone with Kay, Quark, or Dio. I don't think I've gone with them. Have I? Yeah, I think we've mostly just been with the girls, interestingly enough. But I think this is the first time I've actually ever gone with Clover. And, of course, unfortunately, our first interaction is Sigma making some off-color jokes to both her and Luna for some reason. I don't know. Well, maybe he saw the opportunity and he couldn't help himself. You know, he had to take his shot, I guess.
So this is the archives. That's what it said on the door after all, but... Yeah, I didn't really expect it to be so... archivy. All these books and stuff everywhere.
You know, there was an archive in 999 too, I'm remembering now. Maybe we can find some clues here.
I agree.
Alright, let's split up and have a look around. Allons-y. Okay. Alright, I do not think... Oops. Latin. Okay, what I wanted to say was, I don't think I will finish this escape room today, but that's alright. We'll just, do what we can. I do notice, yes. I keep trying to scroll around and I end up clicking on the wall. Can I just use this? Yeah, okay. Yeah, there's a few colored books here. I guess we'll start with those. To the Sun. And Lion. Oh, there's another Lion Sun reference there. Go up the stairway. Okay. And Lion to the Sun. Huh. Any others? Yes. The stairway go up. Interesting. Go up the stairway. And to the Sun and Lion. Go up the stairway to the Sun and Lion. Is what I think it is probably, if it's one sentence. Management number. Some kind of chart. There's a slot. So I guess we need whatever in there first. Okay. Oh, okay. 50 grams. Oh. A screwdriver. Deconstructionist. Okay. Yes, sure, why not? Put theory into practice immediately. Let's see what's here. Blue dye. Music box. Really? Where do you see that? Oh, here. Okay. Sure. Cylinder. Ink. In big letters. Okay. Notebook paper. With no notes. How sad. Clover, don't move. Thought girls only did the. Uh-oh. What's Sigma's fascination with Clover here? He wasn't like this with Phi or Alice, right? He seems to be. Does he have a type? And is Clover that type? We just need a 5-digit number. One plus one plus one, or times one, it's 1. The answer's obviously 1. Oops. What am I supposed to take this as? I see 1, 4, and 5. Obviously it's add those two and multiply that, but I don't understand. What's the number? Should I add all these up? That's 10. Plus 10 is 20. Times 10 is 200. That's not gonna help here. Let me play around a bit. Let's try this. Nope. No. So how about wouldn't be that. I don't. Can we? There must be some. Oh wait, how about we try? Let's do this. Aha, okay, yeah. Okay. So green, let's take out my handy dandy notes. My paper I've been working off of here. Let's draw a line for there. Okay, let's do green is greater than 50 grams. Okay. Blue. Greater than 50 grams. Let's say red equals 50 grams. Green greater than blue. Let's see. So we know red is 50 grams now, right? Okay, so green is 100 grams. So what is... How do we find what blue is? I guess we could do... I mean, my instinct wants to say it's like 25 or something. Wait, why did I write down... I originally wrote down blue is greater than 50. That's not true. Blue is less than 50. Yeah. So... These are both 100, right? How do I figure out what blue is? That's 150 right there. That's not gonna help. Can't put anything else on here. Say, wait a second. So this is 100. But I thought... Hang on. Well, no, that makes perfect sense. No. I'm crazy. I'm crazy. Let's just try something real quick. Nope, move the screen. Thank you. Let's just try something. Let's just try it. Let's do 25. No, that doesn't really help. Yeah. No, I'm missing something still. Wait, what am I doing? Why am I getting confused? I'm getting confused for no reason. It's heavier, it's heavier. Why am I thinking it's lighter? I'm sorry, I'm crazy. Well, for some reason, I was... Blue's heavier. Okay. Sorry. So, blue is 150. Okay. I'm sorry about that. Somehow I mistook going up and down as heavier or lighter. Sorry about that. So it should be that. How do I check? Oh, wait. 150. No? Hang on. How did I do this wrong? There it is. I don't know how I did that wrong the first time. There we go. Okay. Someone's diary. I can't read it. More Latin. What was that? Okay. Wait, what was the other thing? Oh, that's that. Okay, where does that help us? Hello, lion. Is there anything I can put in there? No. What if we do that? No. That. Ah. And now what if we do that on here? What's up with everything going in the, Ooh. Okay, that's all well and good. But what do I do now? Like, it's good to have that, but what do I interact with next? Is my question. Oh, wait, do I have to... Ah, do you think I have to place the books on the shelves? You know what? Let's call it here, and we will continue this puzzle next time. I think I've figured out what I need to do, though. I think I have to put the books on the shelves in a particular order. That's probably it. Okay, we will dive into that next time. Okay. I've been The Worm. This has been VLR. Hope to see you next time. Not much really happened this time, but, you know, we're moving along. We're moving right along. Curious about how some of the flowchart works at this point, but, you know, we'll figure it out. Okay. Stay well. See you next time.